Hey guys, welcome back to the Debate Hut. So today's video is going to be a little different, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming Disney Plus series Daredevil Born Again, coming in spring 2024. So if you've kept up with the recent Daredevil news, then you might be aware of what's going on. If you haven't, don't worry. We do Marvel news updates a couple of times each week, so check out our video, which I'll leave a card to up above and a link to in the description box below. But to summarize, we've already had Daredevil pop up twice in the MCU with the greater screen time in She-Hulk. So we can see some changes already. And recently, we've heard that the actors who play Foggy Nelson and Karen Page will not be returning to the Disney Plus series, but John Bernthal is back as a Punisher. So, yeah, let's get straight into discussing our thoughts and feelings on the Daredevil Born Again series after being such massive fans of the Netflix Daredevil series. Grace can vouch for me, every single time
Yeah.
she's teasing me about my
He's got a
absolutely
heart out for Charlie.
for Daredevil.
Okay, fine,
Let's just make
Daredevil.
that clear. But but before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe. So I think the main kick that fans have at the moment, the main thing that they have a problem with is the missing characters. Well, it hasn't been confirmed, but there are reports, and most of the times they're true, and they're saying that Karen Page and Foggy Nelson aren't going to return, and that's a big hit because I know some people might have not liked them, or one of them, or both of them, or whatever, but I think it's safe to say the majority of people absolutely love them. And can you really do Daredevil without them? They're two really big central characters, and we really saw that reinforced in the Netflix series.
Mm.
So it's honestly such a big loss. And to think that the series is probably it's not like 6 episodes long. So if it was 6 episodes long, maybe it'd be fine. But 18 episodes? There's no way they can't appear in any of those episodes and we can have a Daredevil series without them. It doesn't make sense.
Mm.
And we also heard that Elektra won't be coming back. And for some people, you know, that might be fine because she sort of had her story finished
Mm.
in the series, the Netflix series, but we'll talk about all of that stuff a bit later. But yeah, I think my main issue is the fact that Karen Page and Foggy Nelson aren't appearing because we heard that Elektra might be recasted, and so that could happen. But for these 18 episodes, which we know Kingpin is going to be in, and we also know the Punisher as well now.
Mm.
And we also know a few other characters as well, like perhaps Echo, maybe could happen. But for Karen Page and Foggy Nelson not to appear, it's like, it's, a, it's honestly, I don't even know what to say. Grace, just say something.
Yeah, yeah. When I heard that was like a stab in the heart because because you persuaded me to watch the show, and I really fell in love with the show. It was amazing, and the characters, they were actually really good. They were funny, they were supportive, and I can't actually imagine the show without them. Foggy was like my favorite character. He's always been like the supportive friend for Daredevil and for Matt. And if he's not going to be in there, I'm like, who's going to be there for Matt? And
Yeah,
with like all the laws and courts, like he was always there for him every step. So, and Karen as well. But
it
it's
was
just
Nelson
weird.
and Murdoch. It's Nelson and Murdoch.
Yeah, that's right. So how that's gonna handle? And for Electra, I mean, I get like some people don't like her, but I actually liked her, and
Yeah.
she and Matt were actually quite cute.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's gonna be quite hard because I always assume if that Netflix Daredevil renew like a season or something, I always expected her to come back maybe, but if she's not gonna come back here and they're gonna do a recast, which I mean that makes sense with the whole multiverse thing in the Bob, but I don't know, it just feels quite wrong. Like you're missing a piece in the puzzle in the whole big picture. And I'm actually quite glad we're getting the Punisher because I liked him in the Netflix seasons. But like years ago, when me and Emily, I had this discussion about like if Marvel did bring the Punisher in, they're gonna make him softer. Like they're not gonna make him as violent in the Netflix. So I'm not sure if I'm okay with that because I kind of like that's all the Punisher is all about. He's meant to be violent. He's always the opposite to Daredevil, where Matt is like anti-killing, Punisher is absolutely killing, and so I mean I'm quite excited for the show, but at the same time I'm not gonna get like high hopes expecting it's gonna be the best ever because I don't think anything is gonna be better than Daredevil Netflix.
Yeah, I think that said it perfectly, especially about the Jigsaw as well. It's a
Yeah.
massive loss. Yeah.
And also, when you said like missing cast or like bringing cast in, aren't they gonna bring like Jessica Jones in?
Well,
in well, I
we don't
mean,
know about that yet. That's also a rumor.
because
Jessica
there was a little
Jones,
tease
Luke
from the
Cage.
actress
Yeah,
in
both of them. Yeah.
so I mean, they could make a cameo, but
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's 18 episodes again. Like
anything can
it's
happen.
crazy. It's crazy. If they have Jessica Jones and Luke Cage in there, then where's Karen Page and Foggy Nelson? Like, why couldn't they be in there? It's like they're actually Daredevil characters. Like,
Hmm.
but yeah, the Punisher, I'm quite happy for. I absolutely love the series, even though he absolutely frightens me and terrifies me. I absolutely loved the series, and I loved his story, and I also loved his relationship with Daredevil. Like that debate they had, like Grace was talking about, amazing. So yeah,
Hmm.
check out our Marvel Netflix show react.
Oh,
No, Marvel Netflix shows reaction. That's what I meant,
yeah.
which we did a while back of all of the shows, but you can like skip to whatever show you want to listen to using the timestamps in the description box of that video. But yeah, so I'm absolutely happy with that. But also, like Grace said, they can make them really soft. Well, not really
Hmm.
soft, because how soft can you make the Punisher?
No.
But they will definitely probably not go into the same amount of detail that the Netflix shows did. But
Hmm.
then also thinking about it, Deadpool 3 is coming, and Kevin Feige has said that's going to be rated R. So if they will make that dark, then hopefully they will make this dark. But of course, the Punisher and Deadpool, the Punisher is still miles darker in
Hmm.
comparison. So it still has to go that extra limit. And will they do that? Is another question. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. So another thing I was thinking about, because a lot of people, like as soon as people heard that Charlie Cox is back and he's going to be Daredevil, and this time in the MCU, a lot of people were thinking, is Daredevil Born Again going to be a reboot or not? Because, we've heard this phrase like soft reboot quite a bit, but but I have a feeling it won't be. I really, really wanted it to be like I didn't want it to be a reboot at all. I just wanted it to be a continuation.
Hmm.
But I think it will be a separate series on its own. So everything that happened in the Netflix series, it will probably just be like another universe
Yeah.
or something. So that Daredevil, all these characters in there, those are all variants to us from the MCU
Hmm.
universe that we're in, which is really upsetting because the Netflix shows were actually really good. Like, sure, Iron Fist had its problems, but like I absolutely enjoyed Luke Cage. I
Hmm.
absolutely loved Daredevil.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the Defenders.
Oh God.
I loved the Punisher. So it's a massive loss, not just for Daredevil Born Again, but just for the whole set of
Hmm.
shows. So yeah, I guess that's another thing that's really annoying.
It's also a shame because I would have loved to see the Netflix Marvel characters like Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, and combine like get them to meet with all the MCU characters we know before, like No Way Home, No Way Home, or She Hulk. But because like I feel like they would have been more interesting. And they have mentioned part of like the MCU in those shows. So it's a shame that we have to know like two different versions and not
Hmm.
just know one version. Because uh, it's just a shame, really. Like I don't I'm just like I said, it's a shame.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I think it's really hard to just say it in words
yeah.
because if you haven't watched them, then you won't have
Mm.
those feelings about it. I think
Yeah.
another thing, like we touched on it a bit about dark feeling, like, about it being bloody, about it being, so that hallway
Yeah.
fight scene, like, we saw something like that in She-Hulk, but
Hmm.
like, it's never going to be that same level.
No.
And we've already seen like changes to Daredevil, like the Daredevil we're seeing now in She-Hulk. I mean, there's the actual like costume change, which I actually don't really like. I don't like the red and yellow. I don't like it. Don't know why
Yeah,
they
like
didn't just.
She-Hulk said, it's like mustard and ketchup.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's ugh.
But they're trying to copy it from the comics, so
I know,
I
but it
appreciate that. But you're right,
it doesn't
nothing.
look right.
It's better with from the next flicks.
Yeah, that costume was just oh something. But yeah, we're seeing a bit more comedy, like though there was comedy, like one thing that comes to mind is the avocados thing, if you remember it from the show. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know, there's gonna be lots of changes, I think it's safe to say. And the storyline is definitely gonna be a bit different because they're saying that it's gonna be like more about cases. Like
Hmm.
apparently each episode is gonna be like a case on its own. It's gonna be like an overlying case. And we're gonna see more of Matt than Daredevil is the feeling I'm getting. And
Oh.
I want an equal share of both, but I think I sort of just want to see more Daredevil fight scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Just when you said like each episode is like a case, that to me, and don't laugh. It just to me it's sounds like Lucifer. But if you think about like if Lucifer was doing each case, but less angel or devil or any supernatural, super celestial part in the storyline will be useless because it's like, what's the point? You're talking about the devil here, but it's not. There's nothing like supernatural or mythical that it comes to the story. So if we're learning about like Matt just doing cases and not Daredevil, that's just feel like a waste now because he's best known as Daredevil, the man without fear, the blind superhero. He stands out. So it would be a
Yeah,
shame if they like decrease his screen time as the hero. So
yeah.
it's yeah. And also when you said about like the stories line is probably not going to be as dark as it is in the Netflix, I thought that's going to be a shame because like I know like all the stories like Jessica Jones was dark with like Kilgrave and everything. Luke Cage, what else? Daredevil and the Defenders, and the Punisher definitely was dark. And I just find it hard. Like Marvel can't do anything. Not like similar. I get them. They're gonna try to make it okay for kids, but I can't understand why can they make it quite dark as well? Because like Black Widow was quite dark in the beginning when they show like all
Hmm.
girls taken and they've been forced to be operated. I mean, that was really dark, especially for Marvel.
Yeah,
And they done other bits like Thanos executing half of the universe death, like a lot of things. I mean,
yeah. Falcon and the Winter
Marvel's
Soldier.
exactly,
That
yeah.
is definitely one that comes to mind now.
I mean, there's been a lot of serious issues Marvel has tackle on in the MCU. So it just feels wrong that they won't do the same for Daredevil if
Mhm.
they're not going to take it seriously like they did with the Netflix show. If
Yeah,
they're not going to, like, I know they're not going to do the same again with Netflix, but I want them to use the same method of tackling some serious stuff in a very mature but very like like adult way, like a bit dark but very appropriate, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What I've heard is that Daredevil, like some of the comics and stuff, like some of them aren't as dark, so I guess they could be going down that route. But still, even then, I think what we're missing now is we're missing some more of that dark side. Like we've had stuff, like all the stuff that we've had from Marvel so far have been quite light. I say
Mm.
that very loosely.
Yeah,
They've all
like
been like 12, like what, PG-12, is that what they call it? PG-13, whatever that thing is called. It's never like stepped up above that.
mm,
So,
like like Thor: Love and Thunder when Jane had cancer. It's good that they brought that issue up about like facing cancer and the struggle, but I feel like they haven't really focused hard on that, like the aftermath or like the full struggle. Remember in phase 2, they did a story in Iron Man 3 where Tony is having panic attacks or
mhm.
stuff like that. I thought this was good just to show about like mental health issues, and they should do more about that, like side effects of like these heroes and what they're facing like every day. So I think I think that's what Daredevil Reborn should do. Like maybe they might do something about Matt is struggling with his daily job as a lawyer, and it's like his superhero is affecting his work. Like he's tired, or he's just he feels a bit way out. Like he feels a bit drained. But I just feel like they're missing that I don't want to say dark because I know they're not going to bring a dark, but like that very adult part of the whole thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I don't have high hopes for Daredevil Born Again. Like as soon as I heard it announced, and then as soon as I saw She-Hulk, I was like, yeah, no, like they're gonna ruin Daredevil. Like we as a fans really wanted Daredevil in the MCU, and like I feel like we're gonna be really disappointed at the end.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we won't, but I don't know. I don't think it's looking good. I really
Yeah.
don't think it's looking good. Like
Also,
after losing Karen Page and Foggy Nelson, and then like the
yeah,
whole there's
we
no
lost hopes.
they're not they're not linked to the Netflix
Yeah.
series, and it's
Because if they're
uh,
all going to focus on Matt, you have to bring them along because they're part of the Matt's life.
exactly, they literally helped Matt.
Mm.
Like
It would be interesting to see how they're gonna do a new storyline combining like with Matt and Echo together. But to be honest, I just feel like I'd rather see him with either Karen or Electra,
I don't know,
really.
I'd rather not Karen. I feel like they're better off
Okay,
as
maybe
friends.
Not Karen, but like, but they had like a good
Yeah,
friendship.
I always thought they were teasing Karen and Foggy together. I thought that's what they were going for, and then they
Yeah.
completely dropped that, and Foggy got together with Marcy. Like I was like, okay, fine. Foggy and Marcy are cute as well, but
Hmm.
I always thought it'd be with Karen. So
The one character I would love to see is Claire. I hope they bring her.
see, exactly, that's another character. Are we gonna see Claire?
Yeah, she's got to. I mean, she's basically the link between all these shows in
Exactly, yeah.
Netflix. She's a superhero doctor, basically. She could actually make a hospital for superheroes. That would be really cool. Um, but yeah, so I actually remember something. I don't think they're gonna do it, like because we might hear some spoilers by now. But there was something in the comics that apparently, when Kilgrave was introduced in the comics, he actually Daredevil actually met him first before Jessica Jones. So maybe they might bring Kilgrave back along with Kingpin, maybe, I don't know, because I don't want to spoil anything,
Yeah,
but
absolutely love Kilgrave, so
yeah.
that would be amazing.
So this would be interesting if we bring Kilgrave in and introduce him with Matt first, because I like to see how they do with like how that work. Because I don't know how Matt defeats him in the comics, but it would be interesting to um to see how that flows. Do you think they're going to introduce Spider-Man?
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
I think that will be in his movie. I think because they always have like historically, like they've always had like an MCU character appear in the Spider-Man movies. Like the first one was Iron Man, second one was Nick Fury, third one was Doctor Strange, fourth one I think will be Daredevil. I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
And Kevin
because
Feige said that
Kingpin.
he wants like more of the street level sort of fights and
Yeah,
stuff. And
because Kingpin is actually Spider-Man's villain as well.
yeah,
So it'd be interesting if we get Spider-Man and Daredevil to work together against them. So, guys, that's our discussion today about Daredevil Born Again. What are your thoughts on the show? Whether do you have high hopes or do you think it's going to be an absolute flop? Let us know down in the comments down below. And please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We will follow you back, definitely. And check out the website Emily has made for us. It tells information about the debate hut, the whole gang, and all the videos we have posted. Check out other reviews and reactions to with Marvel, Disney, and other more in the channel. Check them out. And please subscribe. It mean a lot to us. And yeah, let's hope if the show will be as good. Let's just hope.
yeah. And
So
if you
until
haven't
next.
seen the Netflix series,
Oh
watch it.
yeah,
Watch it.
yeah, guys. This show second, but Netflix definitely watch it. It's brilliant. It's it's way better. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.